Hello and welcome to the Super Bowl edition of NFL Gamepicks. Man, oh man, I'm Austin Ramos. We got Chris Wright. We got Joey Gross over here. And man, championship weekend was pretty crazy. Specifically, the Bills and Chiefs game. A lot of people want to, talk back and say a lot of interference by the referees, and they were dropping flags and then picking them up when the Bills didn't convert on a fourth down. Really questionable stuff. Close fourth down call on a 4th-and-1 rush by Josh Allen that didn't cross the yardage to make the first down. That one I'm on the fence with. I kind of agree with the call there, but yeah, a lot of these this game specifically was heavily officiated. The Commanders Eagles was an absolute blowout, but we got the matchup we're more than likely expecting, and that was the Eagles and the Chiefs. And these been the two dominant teams all season long. So I can't complain about this matchup. I'm really hyped up and really excited to see what happens.
Yeah, it was always Eagles Chiefs, wasn't it? Yeah. It just always felt that way. Yeah, I mean, Commanders Eagles, that was terrible. Didn't that dude, what's his name? The third string running back for the Eagles.
Was it Gator
Shipley, right?
Will Shipley.
He got his whole entire season's worth of yards on 2 rushes and a touchdown, and kind of an incredible ass kicking by the Eagles. Bills Chiefs, like you mentioned, was pretty much controlled by the refs. It feels like that's the narrative for the Chiefs this entire season. Sorry for Josh Allen and the Bills fans, but it's just not your year again. Surely the Bills can't go to 4 championship games and lose them all, right?
We've seen this happen before.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was the Bills' year. I was wrong. Mahomes Magic advanced to their 3rd straight Super Bowl. Is what it is. Yeah. But, I thought the Eagles were definitely going to beat the Commanders. I was hoping they'd have a better opponent for that game. Commanders made it. Is what it is. Wasn't a very good game. Eagles moved on to face the Chiefs again. So we'll see if they can win this time. I don't think so. But we'll see.
Yeah, this is a rematch from the Super Bowl 2 years ago. And, I'm very excited for it. I just hope it stays heavily contested, like in between the lines. The teams are kind of going back and forth like they were last time, because that was absolutely electric. And if we can replicate that to some degree, I'll be more than happy with how the Super Bowl goes, even if it goes down to a holding call on James Bradbury at the end. That would be tough. But we're going to head over to the standings, the final time, and we have some close ones, but some things are pretty much set in stone with one game remaining. We still got Steve on top, absolutely smoked the competition. 205 wins, 79 losses. I don't know if he didn't pick or he just went, just wanted to go off the wall and go with the underdogs in these matchups. But he went 0-2 in the conference championships, which was interesting. But then we got Jillian and Hecty tied for second place, 198 and 86. Jillian split the championship and Hecty got 2-0. So whoever picks right on this one, hopefully one of them goes Eagles, one of them goes Chiefs, because if not, they're going to end up with a tie there. And then we got Chris right now in 3rd place technically, but 4th really.
Yeah, technically 4th. Hopefully I hang on. I got Pete right behind me, so if he picks against whatever I do, he has a chance to beat me. I'm at 190 and 94. Pretty solid for the whole year. I was kind of shooting for 200 wins this season. Fell a little short. Be about 10 or 9 wins short at the end of the day, but overall pretty solid year.
Yeah, not so bad. And then we trickle down a bit and we go to 8th place, where I'm at 181 and 103. Went 2-0 in the championship round. And then we can move on down to Joey. Joey, how'd you do in the championship?
Bro. It's done, bro. Stick a fork in me. It's over. If we could calculate that 1 week, I know it would be maybe a little bit better, but overall, not a good year for the picking for me.
163 and 121 for Joey.
Good. I'm over 500 though.
Yep. You can't complain.
Wow.
Even with that off week.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, let's finally get into the action, and we're gonna just kick it off and get straight to the picking. Let's go to Super Bowl 59 at New Orleans Caesar Superdome, where we have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Philadelphia Eagles. 6:30 kickoff this February 9th. It's gonna be electric. I'm super excited. You have the Chiefs on the verge of a possible three-peat, and then you have arguably one of the greatest running back cumulative season, like postseason combined too, of all time in Saquon Barkley. And that just, for me, that screams fireworks. This is probably going to be one of the best Super Bowls, not of all time, but in recent history for sure. And I'm going to make it very quick and simple. I'm going to go with the KC Chiefs. It's been their year. They're going to make the three-peat. Pat Riley's going to cash in on the trademark of the three-peat branding, and that money is going to go towards getting Jimmy to stay in Miami.
Yeah,
This is
right.
all philosophy I got going over here. So, yeah, give me the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm super hyped. I think they're going to get a three-peat, and it's going to definitely tarnish like the Patriots dynasty for sure, because they were never able to achieve that. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, this is a huge spot for the Chiefs. No one ever has done it, right? No one's ever won 3 in a row. Some teams have won 3 in 4 years, but no one's ever done it 3 consecutive years. I'm gonna roll with the Chiefs. I just think they're the better team. I've been kind of down on the Eagles, which they've like definitely won me over as the season's gone on. Nick Sirianni, I thought would be out of a job this time this year, but he's coaching in the Super Bowl, so I was wrong about that. So I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be very close. I think the Chiefs they win those type of games. They're going to edge it out. They're going to win. New Orleans is a fun place for the Super Bowl. Maybe some of these young guys on the Eagles go out a little too hard a couple days leading up. Chiefs have been there. They know what to expect. They know that the job's not done, and they know how to prepare to go out and win a Super Bowl. And there's certain players like you just don't bet against in the finals. Like you don't bet against Braun, you don't bet against Brady, and now I feel like Mahomes is in that category. Mm-hmm. You don't bet against Tiger on Sunday. You don't bet against Michael Phelps in the Olympics. You don't bet against Mahomes. So I'm taking the Chiefs.
I hate to make it a three-way tie for the Chiefs, but I'm going to, man. Locking in for the Chiefs. It might signal a three-peat coming up for them. Listen, man, I feel like it's been written in stone for a while that Kansas City was going to three-peat. I feel like it's written in stone that they're going to win this game. But I also feel like it was the same way when the Eagles played Tom Brady in the Super Bowl with Nick Foles. Like, nobody thought that they were going to win, and they pulled it out. So I'm not discrediting Philly. I think that they have one of the best running backs I've ever seen in a long time, especially just from a season standpoint. He was incredible, and I really think that if he can have those home runs that he's had in the playoffs, in the regular season, I think that they have a chance. And I'm not going to discredit Jalen Hurts as a passer. They have great weapons. I don't know. Eagles have a great offense and a great team, and that defense is stout. But at the end of the day, it's like you said, Chris, there's just some people that you don't bet against in finals games. You don't bet against Tom Brady. And I recommend, it's like betting against The Undertaker at WrestleMania. You just don't do it. Yeah, they've lost once or twice, but overall, they're the freaking champion, man, and they're going to keep getting it done time in and time out. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs. It just sucks that we have another dynasty on our hand, that it's just nobody likes them. In my opinion, they're an AFC team. We probably see them once a year, my Packers. Aside from all the Taylor Swift stuff, it doesn't really bother me that much. I could see if you were like a Bills fan or a Ravens fan or somebody that you see them quite often as like a roadblock, but I don't know. I don't really hate on Kansas City that much. I think it's kind of cool that they got good. I remember the times when they weren't that great of a franchise, when they had like Alex Smith and Eric Berry just wasting away their career, and Jamal Charles, and now
they made the playoffs with that team.
They're decent, but they never.
I know,
yeah,
but yeah, bro, it's like saying the Texans were great. You know what I mean? With J.J. Watt, like they had some good years, but overall. Yeah, no, they're never going to get credit for it. Now they're potentially have 5 Super Bowls in franchise history, be one of the most successful franchises of all time. So that's unreal, and it all goes to Patrick Mahomes, who's literally never been in a game less than the AFC Championship. Yep. We need to start putting some respect on Patrick Mahomes as one of the greatest of all time, especially if he wins this game, because what he's doing is unreal.
Facts, I got to agree. I mean, Mahomes, the resume speaks for itself.
Yeah.
He only has 1 Super Bowl loss, and it was to Tom Brady. He only has 1 other playoff loss, and it was to Tom Brady. Like,
Joe Burrow too.
Joe
AFC Championship game.
Yeah, but you get so close to the final destination, you gotta respect that, and it's a credit to him and Andy Reid of what they've been able to sustain this whole time. Absolute mastermind there behind the play sheet. This game, the spread is at -1 right now. It's been inching closer and closer and closer to Philly. I want to say it opened up roughly around like 2.5 in favor of Kansas City, and over the weekend it started teeter-tottering towards 1.5. Now it's at 1. I don't think it's going to dip below that. If not, it's going to flip over in favor of Philly. So if it does flip over closer to game time, definitely take Chiefs plus 1 or whatever it may be at that point. But the money is leaning on Philly to cover any type of spread. So that's going to be interesting to see.
I feel like a lot of people are looking past Philly in this game, man. And it's really tough because they have a great team all around. One of the best defenses I've seen in the playoffs. Offensively, they have a Madden Ultimate team. But it's just, I feel like everyone has the same mentality where it's like the Chiefs versus everyone. And I don't think the Chiefs are going to lose this one.
Yeah.
Well, if you believe in Philly, bro, go ahead and bet them because you're going to get great odds on like almost anything you're wanting to do. And if Spagnuolo can't stop Barkley, bro, the Chiefs might not win this game. So
100%.
I feel like if there's a coach to stop Barkley, like Spags is up there for sure, especially like on like 2 weeks of notice per se. Like he's probably the guy you want maybe, but yeah, bro, the 1 is crazy.
I feel like last year
-1.
I feel like last year though, when they were playing against Christian McCaffrey, everyone was saying how much McCaffrey was going to go crazy and that the Chiefs had, if he goes crazy, then the Chiefs had no chance. He had a pretty decent game and the Chiefs still won too in overtime. So
yeah,
I don't know.
That's what I was just about to allude to. Like, I think Saquon's going to have a good game regardless of any type of game plan Spags throws at him. The only thing is the Chiefs can't allow A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert, Devontae Smith, even the guy they traded for from
Jahan Dotson.
Jahan Dotson. You can't allow those guys to beat you. You can't allow Jalen Hurts to get mobile. Once you start letting that happen, then things flip on its head. That's why last time these two teams faced off in the Super Bowl, it was such a high-scoring game because they were just, the ball was moving no matter what. Like, the defense wasn't really doing much. Each team had some defensive big play, but aside from that, like, there wasn't really any, shutdown type of moments. And even when there was a little yellow thing thrown on the field. So let's see what happens. All right, I think we've exhausted this matchup. I think there's two good teams here, and I think it can go either way. It's going to go, I think, Kansas City, but, I mean, we've been saying it. Props to Philly. I think they're a really good team. They could win it, but rocking with KC here. We're going to keep moving. We have some interesting things for you guys. We have a bunch of prop bets lined up. So we're going to start with the biggest one of them all, and that is Super Bowl MVP. And man, oh man, this was a tough one to pick for me. Because you obviously have those favorites up at the top. You have Patrick Mahomes, Saquon Barkley, and Jalen Hurts. Those are the top three there, right? I'm not going with that. I'm going with the one and only.
Oh, shit. The big reveal.
The chest hair?
The big chest hair.
Travis Kelce. Baby.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
We got a plus.
Look
what
at
is
this guy.
1,500 return. I want to say that's the return on the bet there. Yeah, Travis Kelce is going to have a monster game. And you're going to see more of that when we go through some of the other picks here. But, yeah, I think Travis Kelce is going to go out with a bang. I think this might be his last game possibly. And he's not only going to get a ring that night, he's going to give one out too. So
I hope
Lord.
Oh,
This
man.
fucking
So how
Disney
you
movie.
feeling, Mr. Levine?
Yeah,
What do you got?
I'll make it easy. Even though I'm taking the Chiefs to win, I think somehow, some way, Saquon has some sort of game
That'll be crazy.
that you just got to give it up to the boy. And if you think the Eagles are going to win, like, definitely, like, parlay this maybe with the Eagles winning the Super Bowl because I think it's pretty good value. I mean, if the Chiefs win, it's probably going to Mahomes. Maybe Kelce so he could ride off into the sunset. And the media would just eat it up. They'd love it. But I'm going to go with Saquon. He's the best player on the field, in my opinion. So that's I think, the best value is Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, I agree, man. I was going to go Saquon too, but
Ugh.
I have the Chiefs winning. I don't think that they're going to give the MVP to the loser. Even though we did see it, like, I think in the NHL finals with the in the Stanley Cup with the
Who was it, like
McDavid won it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
McDavid won it
McDavid.
when the Panthers won.
That's the most recent thing that I remember where the losing team won MVP. But I don't think I see that happening. I see the Chiefs winning kind of ugly in a way, and them not really kind of knowing who to give it to, and they go, oh, let's give it to Mahomes. So I got Patrick Mahomes winning Super Bowl MVP. We'll get into like the little parlays here in a little bit, but I see him having a great day through the air, and maybe he used his legs a lot against the Bills too, which maybe he was pissed off that like kind of like if anything you can do, I can do better to Josh Allen thing in a way. So maybe he might do that to Jalen Hurts, but yeah, I got Patrick Mahomes. It seems clear and obvious, but I feel like that's the easiest pick.
I feel like the other playoff games will influence it a bit, and it shouldn't. It's Super Bowl MVP. It's not playoff MVP. But this could be like a LeBron losing to the Warriors and averaging a 40-point triple-double.
Yeah.
Same thing for Saquon. If he goes out and gets 250 yards and has 2 or 3 touchdowns, they take an L. Like, there's nothing he did wrong.
Yeah.
Like, he was the best player in the game.
No, it's
so.
I agree. Like if Saquon like pops off, like has somewhere near 300 yards, and they lose by a single possession.
He might score 3 touchdowns in this game, bro.
Yeah,
like,
they
it's
lose
not
by,
out of the ordinary.
Like a last-second field goal. Like, he can't help that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
He has to go out there and block it. That's how he gets
Yeah,
Super Bowl
like-
MVP.
Yeah.
Does that to kick the field goal, too? Like, jeez. They give it to the kicker? Oh, I'd be pissed.
Back on to Joey's point, he said that like Mahomes has been rushing a lot more lately, and that is true. He's been actually like using his legs a lot more, even if it's evading the pressure or just extending plays. And then on top of that, he's been like rushing, like getting more yardage and touchdowns as of late. So that's been a big catalyst for this Chiefs team this season, is get it by any means necessary. So maybe when the light's the brightest, maybe when it's do or die for real, he's going to be able to be that guy to step up and do that. But we're going to move on to our next big prop, and that is first touchdown scorer. And man, oh man, this one was a tough one for me to pick. But I'm staying on theme here, and we're going with big old Travis Kelce.
Man, it's freaking blazing, bro. This boy's out here, bro.
Oh,
Holy
boy.
Can you describe
Your
that?
middle name Taylor?
Yeah, dude. No, but the reasoning behind it is that's how I think he starts getting into the MVP spot. He's going to have a first touchdown, and
Set the tone.
And then set the tone. He's going to have a couple big catches throughout the game, and then eventually he might get a second touchdown. We'll see later with some of the betting things I took. But what do you guys got?
I actually have the man who drew that holding call in the last Super Bowl. I got Juju Smith-Schuster going into the end zone first.
Gross.
I know it's kind of nasty, but listen, I feel like he's like the weak link, the forgotten guy, like in this wide receiver room, and I feel like he'll just get loose and score. It's either for me it was him or like Noah Gray or somebody just irrelevant, because it's always gonna be who's gonna get it. It was either like Kareem Hunt was the first touchdown scorer in the Bills-Chiefs game. That had pretty decent odds. It was plus 650, but I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be an unlikely one, and Mahomes is just gonna find somebody open in the back of the end zone and score a touchdown with, Juju Smith-Schuster. Shout out to him. Do a little TikTok dance, man.
Ugh, I hope not. I guess we all think the Chiefs are scoring first in this game because none of us took an Eagle. I'm going with D-Hop. D-Hop is one of the best wide receivers of our generation. He's... Huh?
Say that.
Oh, I was going to say,
keep saying
I
that.
thought you were like,
Say
don't
that.
say that. I'm like, he's one of the best. He's awesome.
No, say that.
This is the first Super Bowl ever. He's showing up in a suit that used to be his dad's that died a while ago.
Love it.
Showing up to the Super, promised his dad he'd wear it to the Super Bowl.
Mom's blind,
I'm taking
big time shout out.
his mom's blind after an accident, or like partially blind.
Yeah, she got like battery.
Battery acid, thrown at her. So shout out D-Hop. I'm taking him to score his first touchdown. Look at that value, bro. Like, parlay that with the Chiefs win, bro. You're sitting pretty. Parlay that with a bunch of shit. I know I am. So, but yeah, I'm taking D-Hop. I think he's
Not bad.
I don't know. Julio Jones was a good play for the Eagles in the last one. I'm taking D-Hop in this one.
If the Eagles get the ball first, I think it's Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
What is it?
I mean,
minus?
or
first
if not, it's
touchdown.
Hurts.
Yeah.
So those are the ones if you think the Eagles are going to get it first. But like what you guys were alluding to, like this Chiefs receiving core is like sneaky good. Like you have a lot of options, and like any of these receivers, like you take a flyer on Juju,
Yeah.
D-Hop, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, like any of those guys could get it. Even Noah Gray, like Joey said. So like you have a lot of options with that. So I think if you're gonna go with the Chiefs route, you want to go with one of those guys that just maybe not Kelce. Kelce's a little bit higher in the favorites, but I mean still a decent return for first time touchdown score. But we're gonna keep it moving to everyone's favorite thing, and that is predicting the Gatorade shower. And man, this one is just who knows? I mean, you never know who's gonna get it. And
Luck
like,
of the draw.
yeah, and there's some stats here that can help us kind of make our decisions. For the last 2 Chiefs Super Bowl wins, it has been purple.
Really?
But for the first Chiefs win, it was orange.
When's the last time this shit was red?
Never. It's never
What?
been
It's all red to you.
Yeah.
See, bro, that's...
Is that why you went with
Yes.
red? Always colorblind, guys. So
I'm like, I've seen this bitch been red 1,000 times. It's been orange 5 times, so every time I saw it, it was orange. So.
Oh my god. All right. So here are the official stats. It's been orange 5 times, blue 4, purple 4, clear/water 4 times. There hasn't been a Gatorade shower 4 times. And there's been yellow/green, which I don't know why I say yellow/green. It's yellow, guys. Yellow 3 times. Red 0. But Joey, I already made the graphic,
Bro.
so you're gonna have to stick with
Yeah,
your
bro,
pick.
no, I'm sticking with it, bro. I want the dog in this one, dude.
Wait,
It's
what'd you
delicious,
pick,
too.
gray?
Yeah, the red one's really
Shoot,
good.
lock me in for red Gatorade,
What'd you
man.
pick,
Let's go.
gray? Oh, red.
Gray, yeah, I picked gray Gatorade.
I'm going with blue. I like blue. I think that's it should be a cool one, especially if the Chiefs win. But
That's true. That's the reason. I like the color blue.
that's pretty much what you
What
go
the
with.
hell?
Dude.
Why
It's
not?
just funny. It's
That's
just
what you
funny.
just go with.
Yeah.
I like blue.
That's pretty much what we're
Well,
all going on.
Well, what are we?
It's
I was
vibes,
basing
yeah.
this off of taste. I don't know about all of y'all.
I don't know,
but,
dude.
Like, which one would I want?
Well,
That's
I'm
cooler.
picking the Chiefs to win, so I want to pick. Can I pick Diet Coke as one to pour on Andy Reid?
Jesus Christ.
Can I pick
Mac
that?
sauce.
No, I'm going with orange. I don't know why. Orange is my favorite color. So there you go, Austin. It's been orange quite a bit, I feel like, and orange is just classic Gatorade color. I don't know. I like
Man.
orange.
I got the underdog. I got red. I like the red flavor, man. I think it's good. Fuck you, RFK. Don't mess with my red Gatorade. Let's keep it pushing.
Yeah.
So if you guys look at the graphic there was no Super Bowl red Gatorade one.
Right.
So I had to pick my old boy UD dumping red
Oh.
Gatorade on Eric Spoelstra. So that was quite a little nod to some of the Miami boys. But yeah, that's those are our Gatorade ones. So we're gonna keep moving, and now we're each gonna have our individual parlays, 3-leg parlay. Just keep it nice and simple. Nothing too crazy. But then we're going to do a lock one where we all contributed a pick into there. So for my 3-leg parlay, we got Saquon Barkley over 112.5 rushing yards. That's minus 115, but that I think is pretty much one of the better locks of this. The most up in the air one is the Travis Kelce 2 TDs, aka that's why we're wearing this shirt. And then finally, we got Nick Bolton over 8.5 tackles. I think he's going to be a big dumper on this defense and be a big contributor on why they end up winning this on the defensive side of the aspect. So, yeah, it may conflict a little bit with the Barkley, but he's not going to be tackling Barkley every time, and, he's not going to be running straight into him. So, but it will help contribute into that. But Chris, you're the
I'll go
next on
next,
this
huh?
list.
You
What
know,
is your 3-leg parlay?
Before I get into it, all this color talk. Have you guys seen these Jameis Super Bowl interviews?
Oh,
Not
yeah,
yet.
that's right, yeah.
Like, he's
What's your favorite color?
He's interviewing like all these athletes, and he's just like, he'll go on like this long spiel, like he did Nick Bowl, and he's like, man, playing against you, like I was always scared of you, like you're a great player, like your
always
game
wondered,
plan, and
what's your favorite
yeah,
color?
and I was always wondering, what's your favorite color?
Yeah.
But anyways,
Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
that dude's a character. I love him. We need more of him. Yeah, it's my 3-leg parlay though, right here. You know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna start off with a bang. Successful 2-point conversion. It's the Super Bowl. It's time to pull out all the stops. You know Andy Reid is. It's gonna be a game. Somebody's gonna try. I'm thinking they get it. All right, next one. Tails never fails, baby. Tails on the coin flip. Gotta go with that. And then Saquon, 50 yards each half. He's done it on almost every game this year, so I like that parlay. It's plus $1,400. You throw a couple bucks on there, take me out to dinner when it wins. Shit, baby, take me out to dinner. Hey, yo.
And then finally, we got Joey's 3-leg parlay.
Yeah, man, I got Saquon Barkley scoring 2 touchdowns in this game. I think that it's going to be one of his greatest games of the postseason. Like Chris said, he might even win Super Bowl MVP if the Eagles don't even win. So that's a cool little thing. I think that he's going to have a great day. Juju Smith-Schuster, anytime touchdown. I am double backing my first touchdown parlay or first touchdown bet. I think that he gets into the end zone eventually. Maybe not the first one, but I think the first one, if I wasn't going to pick Juju, would be this guy, Kareem Hunt, anytime touchdown. I think that he got into the end zone first against the Bills, and they run it with him a lot more than Pacheco down at the goal line, and I like those odds. I think Kareem Hunt gets into the end zone and kind of gets that ring with the Chiefs and gets welcomed back into open arms, man.
Your odds are nice too. I think you're plus 5,000 odds.
Plus 5,000? Hell yeah, bro.
odds
Let's
there.
ride.
Big time on. Big
I
time
locked that
rush.
in too. I put like $1 on it.
There we go. And then last but not least, we have a combined lock between all of us. We each gave an individual lock, which we combined into a parlay. And that is a plus 800 parlay. So, it's not a massive return, but these are things that we think are like 100% going to happen. So I went with Kelsey anytime touchdown, just continuing on the Kelsey trend. I think he's going to have quite a game. So I expect him to get in the end zone at least, So maybe not the first touchdown score, but he's going to get in the end zone. I promise you that.
I had the highest odds here, so I'll go, I guess. I took Hurts and Mahomes to combine for 550 pass yards. I'm pretty sure they did it in the last Super Bowl, and it was Hurts who had way more yards than Mahomes in that one.
Yeah,
so if you think that, he outplayed him apparently, but who won the game? Anyways, if you think like how we are, where there's going to be a lot of touchdowns, especially in the air, a lot of passes being thrown, this is probably an easy pick to add to any kind of parlay. I think it's going to happen. And it's Mahomes in a Super Bowl. If you don't think he's throwing for 250, 300, like, you're nuts. And then all Jalen has to do is his part. So I like that.
Yeah, I feel like the biggest lock of the Super Bowl, like, pretty much it's going to be on everybody's slip is Saquon to score a touchdown. So I feel like that's what's going to be mine. If I had to pick, like, the biggest lock, it's Saquon getting into the end zone, but this might be one of those games where, like, he has X amount of yards rushing, over 100 yards rushing, and doesn't get into the end zone, which I don't see happening the way he's been playing ball all year. I think this is an easy bet, so I'm taking Saquon Barkley anytime touchdown.
Yeah, no, that's a good one because, like what you're saying, what you're trying to allude to, I think was, like, the fear of Jalen Hurts taking it from him on the goal line. Yeah, like that's the only fear with that one. But I think he's gonna have one that's like a 20+ yarder, and like that one's gonna get him in
70-yarder.
Yeah, at least minimum 20+ yarder for me. But yeah, that concludes at least all of our little picks here and all this stuff.
Wow.
That wraps up the Super Bowl special. And it's been quite the ride. Appreciate you guys who's been sticking with us from the beginning to the end. Let's clap it up for the 2024-2025 NFL season. Wrapping it up with a bang. Super Bowl 59. You've seen our picks. Let us know in the comments what your guys' picks. But any final words from the boys?
Packers need to trade for Myles Garrett.
So do the Bears.
Yeah, I think a lot of people want to trade for Myles Garrett. I think it's going to be an interesting offseason, man. I think there's a lot of cool, like, a lot of good free agents out there, and then a lot of people that are requesting trades. So it's definitely going to be a big shakeup, and the NFL is going to be a completely different game than what it is this season compared to next season. So I'm just excited for this shakeup, and I hope that the Packers do something to improve.
You guys need Cooper Kupp more than you need Myles Garrett.
I don't agree with that.
No.
I mean, I would say like a great pass rusher changes a lot of things, and
For
like,
sure.
He would be really reminiscent to like what we did in the 90s when we brought in Reggie White, who was a former Defensive Player of the Year.
I like that.
And literally went to the Super Bowl like a season or two later. So I'm all for it. Gutekunst, if you're listening, just do it, please.
He is.
Let's do it.
He's got his ear to the pavement like Donald Trump.
There we go.
Gosh. What
But
about you, Chris?
we'll see. I'm not thinking about football after this game for a while. Need a break.
Yeah.
We'll see what
See
happens.
what basketball's doing.
Clearly,
boy.
yeah.
Chris is
Clearly,
ready.
like, living the dream here as a sports fan. But I hope it's a good
Chicago.
game. I hope I find a nice party with a good spread. And hope we win some money on these bets.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the betting aspect is always going to be a little bit crazy with the Super Bowl. There's always
Swans.
crazy little props out here and there, and if you hit one of those crazy ones, you're going to be pretty happy. And
I did last year. I put $1 on a non-quarterback to throw a passing touchdown to hit $130.
That's awesome. Cool. That's absolutely awesome. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you next year for another season of NFL Game Picks. It's been a pleasure. Peace out.